Hey, welcome back. We're back in Timberborn today, and today we've got a large-scale project that I want to work on. First thing, though, we're going to have to clear out a little bit of area for it, which means we're going to have to clear out all of these trees down here. So let's see if we can get rid of all of this and all of this. Get rid of that. We'll set up a path so we can get there. There we go. And we'll start drawing a path back. About right here looks good. There's one, there's two, there's three. Just on the other side here, we'll toss in a little more as well. There we go, down here. And connect that in. We're going to say that is super important. We want to get rid of that as soon as possible. Get rid of all of this. Get rid of all of that. There we go. Oh, let's set these up as well. That way they can get down there. Next thing I want to do is I'm noticing we're low on bad water. And it's a bad water season, so I'd kind of like to take advantage of that. What I'm going to do is we're going to make a medium tank. We're going to say it's pretty important itself. And we are going to set it to obtain. And we're actually going to set it to the extract. And we're going to switch this one over to the bad water itself so it has more places to be stored. Oops, I accidentally jumped the gun over here on this side and forgot to put a dam back in. So we're going to lose a little bit of that water that I just let out. Luckily, I didn't let out a whole bunch, but they should be able to get that in, and then we can fill this back up with some extra water. We're also going to need to get rid of all of these trees here. So, well, before we do that, let's clean up our mess over here. Take these out. We'll put in all of these. There we go. And we'll even put in one here for now. In fact, we'll go the other way with that one. There we go. Those will go up. Can we get down here? We're going to need to actually probably put in a dynamite here so we can get stairs in to get all of this stuff. But we'll get that, and we'll come back and check on that in a bit. I'm going to slowly go down the road here, too, on this. Actually, I don't think I need this anymore. So now that that's gone, we've got a couple of extra beavers. But now we're slowly going to go down the road on this, see if we can get all of this taken care of. I'd also like to get rid of this, this, and this. We will toss in a couple of these so they can put those in there. And then they just have to fill that in, and eventually we will take the canal all the way through here and out this other side. I'm going to go ahead and detonate these as soon as the beavers stop standing on the dynamite. Come on, beavers, get off of there. All right, here it goes. There it goes. Good, good. So let's get these in there. There we go. Close this up. And we'll do the same thing with these two. Put those in there. And this looks like it's good for now, so we'll just leave it where it's at. We'll check on these over here. I'm going to go ahead and pause these. Probably put in a couple more of these eventually. I've heard a couple of reports say that these are not stopping the bad water, and nobody seems to know whether they're supposed to or not. So the way that everybody says to get around it is just to put the irrigation barrier right behind it. So we'll toss a couple of those in there, and that way this corruption stops happening from here on out. Something else I just realized, we're going to have to make a path around here anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and take these out of there. There we go. And once those are out of there, we'll make a path, and we'll probably have to put dynamite in here at some point. We're going to go ahead and come around the side here like we originally planned to. And we're going to set up some smaller dynamite here. There we go. Since we can't really do anything with that, we're going to set up smaller dynamite here as well. And we'll set some up here, and then we'll put a set of stairs up to get these other three. Over here, we've got all that taken care of. Let's see if we can get... how do I get down here? Probably shouldn't have put that one in quite yet. So, actually, I'm going to have to blow that up. Well, darn. Okay. No big deal. We'll use one of the extra dynamite. Hopefully we don't have to use too many extra. We're still dealing with that bad water. Also, they've got these in, but they're not blocking the stuff like I hope it is. So we'll figure that out and come back later. Was able to clear out this area, which means we've lost more of the cassavas, which, you know, that happens. We've got a whole field over there on the other side that they're working on, so not a huge thing, even though it's taken them forever to harvest them. But that means we can put in one more of these. If I get rid of this, and then we say storage, let's move you to here. In fact, we'll get a second one. We'll say empty you and set both of these up for water so that gets moved over when those are built. And then I can make some more here and probably get rid of this, as these canals should be fairly full for most of the season. This one last tree is one out of range, so I'm going to have to put in a set of stairs here, connect all that in, and then once they get that built, they can take this out. They've got a couple of the dynamite in here already. There we go. And then we'll toss a set of stairs up here so they can clear all that out as well. The wet season is here, and our reservoir is going up faster than it ever has before, which is a good thing. So we're going to try and continue on with this canal here. It's a very busy intersection here. We'll try putting in 4 of these. There we go. Once they've got those in, we'll just keep going this way. I do want to get rid of these trees right here, though, and we'll actually shut this guy down because the canal will have to come through here and not here, because if it was over here, it would just fall off the side of the map. They were able to get up this side pretty well, so now we need to send our beavers to the other side here. We'll do that, and one of those, and it looks like I can just go straight up from there. Let's put in roads. There we go. And we'll say, let's get rid of all of those, and all of those, and all of those. There we go. And this can all be of the highest importance too. There we go. All that, all this, all those there. And we'll connect those roads as they come through. This we can go ahead and get rid of. We'll just manually back each one out there, and then we need to wait for these 2 dynamite. But in the meantime, we can go ahead and put in some of this land here. We'll just say go to about there. There we go. We'll put these in. Those. Let that fill up. And there we go. We'll just go to right there. Made it quite a way on this canal, so we're just going to go ahead, set up for most of the rest of this. This one we can go ahead and get rid of for now, and we'll come over this way. Here I only want a single block, that way we're guaranteed to keep the water in there. And we'll let them fill all of that in, see what they can and can't get to. If they can get to it all before the water session ends, great. If they can't, well, that's not that big a deal either. They've got our dynamite laid down here, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. And now we're going to start on the big project for today's episode, which we are going to take this terrain block, and we're actually going to start closing off this end of the gorge. I don't know if it'll still count as a gorge after this, but That's okay. It's going to be a massive reservoir, since hopefully we don't get any bad water down here. We're just going to put all of this in here. There we go. Put all of this in here. Make sure it all comes across. We're only going to go up as high as this side. The other side is actually a bit higher, but we're not going to go all the way up to there because we'd have to redo part of this side. And if we have a water problem, we might eventually do that, but that's not something we're really looking to do unless we have to. So we'll just finish filling all of this out. Really wish it would let me put more in here at a time. And then we're going to leave a couple out in the middle so that we can toss in a couple of dams should we ever really need them. But that should block off most of the water that we're losing down here. With the drought coming in here, I'm actually going to try and toss in a couple of dams here so that we can save back a little bit of this water. It's not going to be a lot. And in fact, the drought is really, really going to slow down our building on some of this, but there's not much we can really do about it at the moment. I was able to move this medium tank over to there finally, so we can go ahead and get rid of some of this extra junk in here. There we go. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to put the path through right here. In fact, we're going to put the path through right here as well. And then remove this little extra in here. There you go. We'll leave that for now. However, we are going to take out both of those. There we go. These can come out. There we go. And then we need probably a couple more. Yep, just like that. We'll put in a couple of these. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and put in a couple more landscaping blocks here. There we go. And then we'll attach the power. For now, that should be fine. We'll do this and this. All of that can go in there. We'll get somebody in here. And we can even toss in a couple of extra of these out front. And there we go. We've got a whole power center lined up over here. They've just got to get it built. Here's the last piece of the dynamite over here. I'm going to try and rush in the dam. There we go. We'll get that in there as soon as possible. We'll say, let's plant some trees over here and there. Now that the road is moved around, we should be okay. Let's go ahead and connect that in there. Can you still reach? Well, until that's built, we won't know, so we'll come back and check that. I'm not sure why, but our forester seems to have lost one tile of planting ability, so we're going to have to move it over one, which is not that hard. We'll just take that out of there and just move it over one here. Now the question is, do I want to move all of these down? Which the answer will probably be yes. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll start moving these down as well. It should still have plenty of area. In fact, we'll just do all three of them at once. There we go. And farmhouse. There we go. Farmhouse here. And that will let me take that out of there and put in one of those. And that gives us just a bit of extra room for those poor cassavas that we had to take out earlier. Let's see, where are they? Soybean cassava. There we go. So we'll go back and replant those when the dirt gets in there. Surprisingly, our berry island is not really holding up too well. First thing we could do to fix it, though, is to put a path in. Let's put one in there. And then we'll take this path out and see if we can get anybody to plant some berries in here, like so. Yeah, you can plant all those. So go ahead, plant all those in. Once those are planted, that should help. And then there's some berries down here. We can go ahead and send our folks out to gather those as well. There we go. And that should be plenty of berries. We only have one bad water left, so there's not going to be any more new extract added. I'm going to put most of that extract toward running the dirt excavator here so that we're sure to keep going on the wall over here, but that's only going to last for so long. So I think in the meantime, we're going to need a second project. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and fill in some more of this area with platforms. We've got plenty of planks at the moment and a decent number of logs, so filling in some of this should be a good way to use some of that time that we're waiting. I've also decided that I'm going to only fill it in, well, I'm going to fill the whole thing in with platforms, but I'm only going to dynamite down this area over here. So we're going to start with the platforms on this side because I know most of this is going to get dynamited eventually. Let's see what we can do here. Get some of these in here. There we go. Get those in there. I'm going to put in some stairs so we can get rid of those trees. We'll do this. These can go here. And we'll say that is all important when they get to it. Let's tell them we need to get rid of this and this and this and this. So once they've gotten rid of that, we will put in, let's see, put in one down here, and then how in the world are we going to get there? Well, we'll have to come out and around, won't we? Okay, something like that. There are the stairs down there, and then we'll have to figure out, well, we can probably take a direct path here, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. Stairs. Oops, not there. We'll put stairs in here, have them get all of that out of there, and then we'll clean this back up. I'm going to go ahead and switch this over to bots as well, so we can get a little bit more dirt during the evenings. Should keep that coming in. That's set to supply. This is set to obtain. So our builders should be able to just pick up dirt from here and continuously just go back and forth and build as far out as they can here. They've got a lot of the trees out of there now, so we can go ahead and move some of this out. In fact, we can get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of all of these because I don't think any of those are at the height that I actually want. That one's not. Nope. There we go. There we go. All right. And then we're going to start putting in these. So let's put in 3s there. Looks like a 2 here. And then 1s all along here. And then we will put another layer of 1s there. And hopefully that makes it a bit easier for us to get our power lines under there. And we'll just expand out a little bit as we go. So we'll get the 3s in here. And in here. And then 2s, we'll get these in here. And then we'll get 1s. 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 And all the 1s here. Is that actually a lower level? Yep. So we're just going to have to cover that with 1s as well. And that's going to use a ton of planks, but that's okay. We'll let them build while they're working on that huge dirt wall over there. Since we're working on some other projects, I figure we might as well give this a try, and let's build these up each a terrain block level there. And we'll say those are very important. And then we'll put in 2 floodgates here, and we'll see if that will help keep the bad water in. If not, we'll figure something out, but I'm still not sure why these aren't working directly, so we'll keep an eye on it. We've started in on cycle 41 here. We're a little ways into it, and we're only about halfway through the wall, so I'm going to try and speed this up. We're going to make a little bit of scaffolding here all the way over, and since it's scaffolding, I don't care if it's all the same height or anything like that. So we'll come across something like this. There we go. Nope, not there. And there we go. Let's get in some of these, all of this, and all of this. That way, if we go this way from here, hopefully they can have more places to put the dirt. The other thing I want to do is let's try and get in maybe some stairs here. There we go. Put you down here. Come across over here. And we'll make sure that this back up to as many people as possible so they can build this way and hopefully get this up and make this wall just a bit quicker. A large amount of extra beavers at the moment, so what I'm going to do is we're going to do another hauling post just so things get moved around a little bit quicker. Some stuff is getting hauled and some stuff isn't quite getting hauled, so I figure we'll do this, and then if we don't need it, we'll take it back out later. Well, one of our main projects is done. The bad water discharge actually got put in, and now it's on the always open, so we should have bad water all the time. In fact, we can close it, we can open it, we can control it however we want. So we should be good on that. The other item that got put in was the wall. This actually did help quite a bit. It only took about a cycle and a half or so to get the rest of it in once we had the scaffolding in, and now we can just knock it all back down, and they can come by and pick up this should they ever need the extra stuff. We just get rid of all of that, that, and this here. Oh, and I missed one. Of course I missed one. There we go. So now we have a huge basin. We do have a big open end down here, but we'll get to that. We have to really work on this area, but that is going to be next time. So if you want to see what I do with that, definitely check back in. But as always, just want to say thank you very much for stopping by. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.